In this video I will show you how you can gradually increase the speed, not instantly reach the maximum speed for forward and backward, for both of them. Let's see how we can do that. The problem right now with our game is that whenever we hit W, instantly it reach maximum speed, and we don't want that to happen. We want to gradually go to final speed or max speed. So let's see how we can do that. For doing that, we need some variables. For example, let's just create the first variable. I will call it final movement speed. Okay, and I want to change it to a float because it should be a float. Speed is a float, right? Now, instead of just saying these, we can use final movement speed, right? For example, let's just go do it for forward, just connect it like this, and the default value we want it to be 100, right? So now let's just grab all of these, bring it up here so we have more space. Bring all of these here. We have more space over here. Now let's just hit compile, save. Now if you run again, it's like before, but now we have a variable that we can change it, right? I want to connect these final movement speed to here as well, like this, but with connecting it to here, we won't be able to go backward, right? If you run, if you hit S, it will go forward. If you hit W, it will go forward as well. So that's a problem. How I want to fix it, I want to have two variables, one for forward speed and one for backward speed, because forward speed always is faster and backward speed, it should be slower, right? So again, in here I want to create two variables. I will call it forward speed, and by default I want it to be 500, for example, so we can go fast, right? And another one is for backward speed, and the default value, if you hit compile, I want it to be -200. That's where I put the minus in so we can go backward, right? It's easier this way. Now, what we want to do before using this final movement speed, we want to set the final movement speed in here, because we are going forward in this case. We want to set it with the forward speed, right? Just like this, and connect the execution pin to here, right? And connect these to this add actor location. Beautiful. Now we want to do the same, but this time we want to set the final movement speed in here as well, but this time with the backward speed, right? Just like that, connect the false to it. When we hit S on our keyboard, this false will happen. And we want to set the actual location. Now if we hit compile, save, and run, we can go forward and we can go backward, but the forward is much faster than the backward. Now, how we can gradually increase the speed to be, for example, the forward speed that is 500. How we can do it, there is a node that is called FInterp 2. This FInterp 2, it will get the value and it will gradually interpret toward the target value. So the current value right now is final movement speed. Doesn't matter what it is. In this case, we want to reach the forward speed, right? And it needs a delta time. So just get the word delta second. Connect it like this, and interpolate speed, let's just put it to 2, you can change it later. And we want to set the final movement speed with this. Now with that done, what I want to do, I want to show it with the printer string so you can see it better, how the value is changing. So use a printer string in here and show the final movement speed. Now if you hit compile and run, if you hit W, you can see it will gradually go to 500, but the backward right now is not working. If we change this interpolate speed to, for example, 0.2, it will reach the forward speed slower, right? Now if you run, hit W, it will take much time to reach the forward speed. And you can see it at the left side, it's not at the maximum speed right now. Beautiful. I want to change this interp speed to 2. Just like this, and now I want to do the same, so copy and paste all of them for backward speed. In this case, we don't want to go forward, we want to go backward, just like this, connected to here. And now what this will do at each frame that we hit is, it will check the final movement speed and it will gradually change it toward the backward speed, that is minus 200. Now with that done, if we hit compile and go to our level, go backward, you can see if we go forward, you can see it will take a little bit time to go. And if we go backward, let's see, it will take time to reach the maximum backward speed. I don't want to have this printer string anymore. I can just delete it and connect it to here, because we check that it's working fine. The value is changing fine. But we have a problem. Let me show it to you. If you run, hit W, it will go forward. If you hit S, you can see first it will go forward and after that it will go backward. Why it's happening? It's because when we hit W, the final movement speed is changing, for example, to 200. And when we hit S, final movement speed is 200, and from 200, it wanna go to minus 200, for example, right? So for fixing that, one way to fix it is whenever we release W or S on our keyboard, we can set the final movement speed to 0. So like this, set it to 0 whenever we cancel or release W or S key on our keyboard. Now with that, if you run, you can see go forward, and if you leave it, it will instantly stop. And if you hit S, you can see if we release it, it will instantly stay put. But we don't want that. We want to gradually stop. We will do it in next video, of course. But right now we are gradually increasing the forward speed and backward speed, and it does look good. And you can change this interp speed as you want. If you increase it, the game will be easier for the player, and if you decrease it, it will be harder for the player. That's why I want to promote this to a variable so we can make our game harder and easier if we want. So in here, drag and drop, promote to variable. I want to call it acceleration interp speed. So in here, I will call it acceleration interp speed. That's it. This is our variable, and we can connect it to here as well, just like this. Now we have a variable that we can change, and we don't need to go through our code to change that interp speed. It will work like before. You can see it will take time to reach the maximum speed like before. In next video, we will learn how we can stop gradually.